Rolling Stone magazine has crowned Harry Styles the new king of pop. The king says,
"Everything to achieve and nothing to prove," and that's kind of where I'm trying to come from.
As it was and as it is now, how many directions does this good-looking superstar actually have? On his own example, he proves not everyone likes big, muscular guys. Sometimes it's enough to just be cute. But the musician himself doesn't go for all that self-praise.
It's also like a weird thing to think of about yourself.
Humble Harry is very demanding though, both of himself and others.
I'm a total control freak and I want everything to be perfect.
If he manages to achieve success in something, it only means it's time for him to try something new.
I think the biggest thing is I'd say just the speed at which everything used to move.
That is why the successful performer, who has already received numerous music awards, decided it's time to conquer the big screens. The amateur actor became a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and also landed a main role in My Policeman.
What I like about acting is I feel like I have no idea what I'm doing, and it's quite fun.
It all started in 2017 when Christopher Nolan invited Harry to take part in his historical drama Dunkirk. According to the famous director, he had absolutely no idea who Harry Styles was back then, but was very much impressed with his acting talent.
I don't know. I don't think I was that aware really of how famous Harry was. I mean, my daughter talked about him, my kids talked about him. It was really remarkable. I think he's an extraordinarily talented actor.
Specifically for Dunkirk, Harry had to cut off his signature curls, which used to make the girls go crazy. The main thing, however, is that it was the first and last break he took from his music career.
Kind of get to know who I was outside of music and stuff, so.
The experiment lasted for 5 months. Harry was simply done with it. He realized if he was ever gonna make movies again, he couldn't do it without a guitar in his hands. Though he still couldn't decline Olivia Wilde's offer. But really, who could? The director of Don't Worry Darling suddenly decided to recast Shia LaBeouf's character in favor of Harry Styles right before filming was to begin.
Harry is a fearless performer. He's a great storyteller.
Rumors say Olivia low-key fell head over heels for the teen idol.
He literally didn't kiss me until the 4th date.
That's the move too.
He finally kissed me.
While Olivia shares at least some info on their relationship, Harry prefers to keep silent, as per usual.
Sex in general is it used to feel so much more taboo for me.
It is known he has had numerous intense affairs. The musician dated superstar Taylor Swift, who devoted a decent number of songs to him after their breakup.
I also want to thank the person who inspired this song, who knows exactly who he is.
Harry was also in a relationship with supermodel Kendall Jenner.
Which songs on your last album were about me?
His mysterious, charming smile is his typical response to being asked about his love life.
What about Taylor Swift?
No!
It's sweet that y'all are still really good friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to discover his honest feelings about girls and love, just listen to his songs. According to him, that is where his true emotions are hidden.
I know for me, I find it, very therapeutic to write and to be honest while writing.
He surely doesn't like it when tabloids try to dig up some dirt about him. Even more, he hates the rumors. Harry barely gives tabloids anything controversial, so they have to get a bit creative when it comes to their rumors about the star.
There's a rumor on the internet that you have 4 nipples. Have you heard that? Oh, you do?
Yeah.
4?
4. Usual, and then just a little lower.
In the beginning of his career, however, Harry even used to cry when facing negative comments.
So I read just a massive list of these comments. But if there's one saying that they hate you, it's like, why do you hate me? Like, what have I done?
Today, though, when he hears those crazy stories about himself, he doesn't cry anymore. He just laughs, all thanks to meditating 2 times a day.
I'm Harry Styles, and tonight, I'm going to help you drift off to sleep.
I think it's probably the thing that had the biggest kind of positive impact on me in my life.
To support his mental health, he goes to therapy.
You can go and tell someone everything you want and then you pay them and they're not allowed to tell anyone.
Now, Harry Styles lives by this principle.
Everything that people say about you isn't true. Whether they say that you are horrific, it's not true. And if they tell you that you're the best thing ever, it's not true.
The truth is, Harry simply wasn't prepared for such overwhelming fame. The British singer literally appeared from nowhere and fame found him. He went on the X Factor just for fun, only because he watched the show with his mom and sister.
Harry Styles, I'm 16, I'm from Holmes Chapel in Cheshire.
After initially making it through the auditions as a solo performer, but then, together with 4 other participants, Styles was asked to form a band. And who would have thought at the time that One Direction would go on to become the most successful boy band, not just in England, but all over the world? He didn't have to work at a bakery to make the dough, but more than that, he was happy to say goodbye to studying.
It's fun because you're not at school.
Styles was the youngest member of the band, and yet he became the most successful.
Everything about you is positive. Your lyrics, your
Woo!
energy, your...
Apart from my drugs test, they're all negative.
It's not surprising that at some point he felt cramped alongside the other guys.
It's about, you know, like growing as a person, your kind of natural evolution and losing yourself, finding yourself.
He set off in search of self-purpose in 2016. He took his leave gracefully, causing no commotion.
I wanted it to be honest, and I wanted to love it every time that I played it.
He openly explained to producers that he wants to make music that he feels like making, without restrictions or guidelines. He wanted to be in control.
I just didn't want to make the same music that we're making in the band. Not because I didn't like it.
The expectations were that Harry would produce some joyful banger in the One Direction style, but instead, he surprised everyone. Styles began his solo career with some heartfelt lyrics.
Is it true that when you played your mum the album, she cried?
She did cry.
In a good way, right?
In a cool way.
Today, the first music video of Styles' solo career has more than 1 billion views.
Sign of the Times is just so good. You
Thank
really
you so
did it
much.
up. I loved it.
Just stop your crying, it's a sign of the times.
Later, each one of his 4 solo albums became crazy successful, with every song from Harry's House even making it onto the Billboard Top 30.
It's like it's probably the most representative of where I was at in my life when I put something out. You know, you make songs and then a lot of the time, a lot later on, it comes out.
To be able to create, he often needs to keep his distance from fans. One day, he flew to Jamaica in search of inspiration, and once he wound up in Japan.
I'd never really traveled on my own because whenever I'd been traveling, I did it, you know, when I was younger, I went with my family and then traveling everywhere with the band.
Apart from writing music, Harry loves to perform in front of devoted fans. He stopped experiencing stage fright. Instead, now he makes girls. Sometimes he does get a little too carried away, though.
This is terrible. This one.
Oh, ow!
That came out of nowhere.
Ow.
Ah.
Oh, ow!
This is a crazy. This is crazy.
Fans arrive to his shows well in advance to try and get a spot right in front of their idol. It's not a secret that Harry's vocal skills are not the most outstanding, yet people still adore him.
I feel very lucky just to have such like a dedicated group of people. They're amazing.
The musician is regarded as being one of the most responsive celebrities.
Odella, Hotella, Nutella, Odella. There's 24 of you going, Odella, no, Odella.
Oh, Ornella.
He would stop the show without hesitation if he notices someone is unwell. One time, Harry interrupted his performance after seeing a sad fan holding a sign saying, "Dear Harry Styles, my ex called me 7 years later. What should I do?" The singer asked if he could call the ex, and he actually did.
Hello, Josh.
Why is Harry Styles such a cutie pie? The reason is probably that he is basking in his family's love and affection. The star's mom is pretty sure Harry is the most kind and romantic guy she knows.
Was my baby, no matter how big and famous you become, you'll always be my baby. I love you very much.
Oh, me too.
The singer also praises his mom too.
She's like the kindest woman I know. It's amazing. She's the best. She's like actually the best.
Even when his parents divorced, Harry felt his stepdad's love and care.
Stepdad passed away a couple of years ago.
That's tough.
He was pretty great. He was like a pretty great guy.
Now Styles shares the same feelings with the people who idolize him. He spends his millions not on expensive cars or luxury penthouses, but it to the sick children.
I'm really gutted.
He supports the gender rights equality movement, he for she, while the star's pro-feminist narrative always moves hearts. How can you say young girls don't get it? They're our future doctors, lawyers, mothers, presidents, they kinda keep the world going. The musician does not shy away from trying on female clothes. His taste for wearing skirts, dresses, and ruffles rooted deep in his childhood when he first came out to the stage playing a church mouse in theater. I was really young, and I wore tights for that. I remember it was crazy to me that I was wearing a pair of tights, and that was maybe where it all kicked off. He started properly expressing himself through his looks only a couple of years ago, mostly because he could not fully allow this before due to being in a band. He mostly wore skinny jeans, leopard prints, scarves, and a lot of black back then. But now, Harry Styles is a vibrant outburst, even his nails are multicolored. With time, his style got more sexy and bold, especially after he got in good with Gucci and became their male face.
It's wonderful. You look amazing. Please tell me about your look tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's Gucci.
He made quite a fuss in 2019 when he attended the Met Gala in a woman's ruffled blouse and a pearl earring. To promote his appearance on Saturday Night Live, the musician took pictures wearing a pink tutu, smoking a cigarette, and holding a champagne glass. Harry Styles was the first man to land solo on the cover of Vogue for the entire 130 years of its existence. And you guessed it, he was wearing a dress.
Maybe I had something to do with it because I was always a big fan of doing fancy dress with them when they were smaller.
Eventually, playing with gender stereotypes became a part of his signature traits. What women wear, what men wear, for me it's not a question of that. If I see a nice shirt and get told, but it's for ladies, I think, okay, doesn't make me want to wear it less though. Over his solo career, Harry, like the excellent student he is, set goals for himself that he actually managed to accomplish. He wanted to prioritize friends, learn how to be an adult, and achieve a proper balance between the big and the small.
Just find like a healthier balance in my life is what I'm kind of striving for all of the time. Yeah.
Every night, he makes a list of the things he needs to do the next day before going to sleep for 10 hours surrounded by 2 humidifiers to keep his voice in tip-top shape. He doesn't smoke, drink, or use foul language. It seems this guy represents the picture-perfect image of a modern artist who could inspire the world to move toward a better place.
I think I like who I am.
Harry Styles unquestionably has lifelong fame, which seems to expand with each passing day. But through all the wealth and unlimited possibilities, can he remain our casual cutie pie? We sure hope so. What about you?